Hi class, this is JilMac. I'm the instructor for the web. Excuse me. Hi class. Let's just. Hi class, this is JilMac, JilMac, and I'm the instructor for the Community College of Vermont's Web Development class. Students know that if they have any questions about this video, they can give me a call. They also know to get to the assignments, they go out to JilMac.com and they can find the assignments. So let me open a browser window. Here's a browser window. I've gone out to JilMac.com. Remember, JilMac has one L, JilMac. All of the classes and workshops that I teach are basically the same. So if you click this workshops and classes link, it will bring you out to the web page, and the most current classes that I'm teaching are going to be on top. Today we're going to talk about the handouts page and what's on the handouts page. This is for web development. So we scroll down to find web development, web handouts, and we click on it. And each of the handouts, I'll scroll down, each of the assignments, here's all of assignment 1. So there's a lot of different handouts because we're setting up a lot of different things. Next week we'll have another handout, we'll have another set of handouts, and that's going to be an assignment 2. And the week after that we'll have assignment 3. Now I want you to notice that some of them, when you look over in this time column, so we have the name of the file column, and we have how big it is. We have what version it is. We have when it was last updated and who updated it. Because we're using this Google Sites, we can keep track of all of that. So the announcement that you received maybe this morning, if you have your email all set up, was this document here. We're going to be talking about FTPing and some code and editors a little bit later, so that's what those all are. The document I want to talk to you about in this video is the weekly assignment document. The name of it is Website Development Assignment 1 out of 14. There's 14 assignments for this class. It was last updated 22 hours ago, so we are supposed to have our assignments ready for the online classes on Tuesday morning. Sometimes I get them done a little bit earlier. Sometimes there's complications and they're out there a little bit later. But this is the current and updated. If you'll notice that assignment 2 for next week, when we look at this document, this hasn't been updated in a year and a half. And so that one doesn't have the latest links or maybe some of the newer things that I want to point out about web development. But you can still go into it and you can look at it and kind of get an idea. It's not going to be drastically different, but it's going to be a little bit different. If anybody has to do assignments in advance, and if you did the assignment in an advanced assignment, that's fine. I'll give you credit for it. That's no problem. Because some of us have to do things in advance. Some have busy weeks and some have weeks that are kind of leisurely. Or maybe that would be really nice to think about it that way. So let's look in assignment 1. If you're on a tablet or a phone, you're not going to have Word. You may or may not have your Google Docs set up. So you can just view this. This is going to be like viewing a PDF. So this is what it's going to look like. And you can scroll down through. Some of the pages might be a little bit off. And sometimes when we use the links on this, if I use this link to click on it, sometimes it will throw an extra character, or sometimes it will miss a character. Like here, I don't have the T. So if I go into that and type that T in there, it brings up the page. So sometimes when you're viewing it, it either will put a character in there or it'll take the last character out. So just kind of be aware of that, but you can always get to it from the links on the left navigation also. So I'm going to close this down and I'm going to go back to that handouts page. And this time I'm going to download the handouts. Since I already have it downloaded, I'll just go over to my Word document and I'll bring that up. So here's what it looks like. Let's blow this up a little bit bigger, make it a little bit bigger so we can really look at and see what's going on in each of these documents. There we go. Okay. You're going to tell the date that I updated this because there's a date on the left corner. And this happens to be the name of the document that I call it. Might sometimes be a little bit different. Every single document that I do has my email address, my Gmail address. So this is my kind of company email address, and this is my website. Here is my phone number. So it's all right there. Each week I have it broken up into an introduction or a review, what the reading assignment is, what the discussion question is. That discussion question is going to give you 1 point. It's actually going to give you 1 point for writing it and 1 point for uploading it to the website. So I'll stick a 2 in there. So it might take a couple of weeks to get these points this time. Our code examples are going to give you 3 points. And then we have a workshop. This workshop, if you came this semester to my Springfield class, we actually do a physical workshop. For the online classes, I'm going to do a video, and then you can do what I did. And if you have any questions, you can post them in Moodle and whatnot. So I give you a little bit of the introduction. I give you a link to my website. So the nice part about Word or Google is if we click on it, we're going to open a link. And that link is going to bring you out to the development site. So I'll just kind of keep that open while we're doing things. Remember, our fall and spring classes are 15 weeks, and we have 14 assignments. Our textbook has 21 chapters, and this is the website for the book. So when we click on this, we're going to physically go out, and we're going to look at this book, and we're going to be able to click on code examples. We're going to look at HTML references if you want to know what something is. Errata tells you if there's any incorrect information in it. There's only one on page 273. And you can buy the book. If you go out to the Amazon site or you go out to Google Books, most of the book is there. You can buy it on Amazon used for about $21. For those of you who need to do things through financial aid, then you need to purchase the book through CCVs. Okay, so we'll go back to that document. You can kind of read through it. This is how I grade. And there's a page for grading. That's out on Grade and Attendance. Oh, I put it in a different spot. That's good. I'm glad that I corrected that, so I'll be correcting it. Let's go out to the words, and we'll just go out to Grade and Attendance. Here it is, Grade and Attendance. And I did move that web page since I've taught this class last. So I will copy that link, and I will paste it into this. So we'll make it all pretty. And then I will make it linkable by blocking it. Copying it again, insert a hyperlink, and now this is linkable. I'll just quick save it so that I can repost it now that I found the mistake. Okay, so now I'm going to go out to that web page, and here's the web page. I will make this a little bit bigger by going to my browser and increasing the size so that we can look at it. So Each assignment is worth 5 points. We have 14 assignments. That gives you 70 points toward your final grade. So we're looking for 100 points is going to get you a perfect score. The project outline is worth 5 points, and we do that 3 points at the midterm and 2 points at the end of the semester. And I'll go over that in when we get a little bit closer. So our project is worth 25 points, and the project is I don't give tests in class, so I let the students kind of choose their project. What kind of website do you want to make? And that allows you to make sure that you are getting everything out of this class that you want to. If this is going to be a website that you're going to use to promote yourself, to use in addition to your resume, then that's the kind of project that you should have, especially those seniors. If you're trying to find a way to be more organized and kind of consolidate your classwork, you might want to have a website for your CCV classes. If you promised mom and dad that you were going to create a website for their small business, then maybe that's what you want to create the website for. And some students will just have kind of a project that outlines all of the things that they learned in class. It's kind of up to them. So with the 70 points and the 5 points and the 25 points, that gives you 100 points. And 100 points is going to give you a perfect score. So if you want to know how many points do you need for an A plus, you'd need 100. For an A, you'd need 95 to 99. For an A minus, 90 to 94. If you are going to be transferring this course to another college, then I would get between an 85 and an 87. In order to pass, you have to get a C. Or you might want to check with your advisor. Maybe sometimes D's work. And this is how we find our grades in Moodle. So if you kind of look through this page, that kind of shows you how I grade. If you have any questions, give me a call and we can talk about it. So this is an outline of the grading. The reading assignment this week is to read the introduction, chapter 1 and chapter 2 from our textbook, or basically everything up to page 41. If you don't have your book yet, there's a lot of pages that are available out on Amazon. Also, Google Books has quite a bit of this text in there also. Discussion, basically introductions. We're going to do introductions, and those are done in Moodle to kind of tell your classmates about yourself. And basically, I want to know, what do you want to get out of this class? What are you looking for? So that's what that is. Our code examples, I'm going to be creating a little workshop video coming up. And we're going to do Hello World. We're going to do the example of Hello World. And we're also going to look at creating an index.html file. And that will be coming up. All of you will have access to StWEB. StWEB is a student web server. Yeah, we do things on our PCs, but I tend to do things on the web. So I will have another upcoming video to kind of introduce you to our student web server and how to get your files up there so that the world can see your work. Once again, workshops will be in person in Springfield, and they will also be a separate video for the online students. And I will have videos on how to set up your web server, or how to use this document called ftp.doc, and some error messages that you might get. And what are we up to next week? Next week we are going to be doing more with editors and all the different kinds of editors that they have out there. So that is our handouts, our first handout for assignment. And if you have any questions about it, you can give me a call. You can post questions in Moodle, and you can also email me. But remember, if you have a question, probably other students have questions too. So the nicest thing is to share them in Moodle, and I'll leave that up to you. So until the next video, remember, take a deep breath, deep cleansing breath, and out. If you start feeling yourself getting really short of breath like this, you're panicking. Oh my goodness, we have to do code. I don't know what this thing is called, FTP. It's better to give me a call and we can walk through things together. But just remember, take those deep breaths and drink plenty of water because your brain needs oxygen. Until next time, this is JilMac.